If you can lead climb indoors safely, then you already have many of the essential skills to transfer to outdoor climbing. However, it is quite different outside. You need to think about the fact that the bolts are further apart, there can be loose rock, and you also need to re-thread the bolts at the top to get your quick draws back. So let's have a look at this. Method 1 is the preferred method of threading through, and it's the one that I would highly recommend using, especially when you've got the space at the belay station to do so, because it involves not untying until the very end. So I'm going to clip in first to the bolt that's above the chain. So I'm not running my quick draw through here. It means the rope is free to run through here. I'm going to clip my rope in as I've got to the top of the route, and I'm going to shout down to my belayer now, so Alex, take me tight. So I'm now pulled in nice and tight, my belayer's got me. I can then clip in the next quick draw at an opposing direction and clip this in directly to my belay loop. I am now in hard, so I can let my belayer know, okay Alex, I'm in hard, you can give me some slack. He now gives me some slack. I brought one screw gate up with me. Now I'm going to clip into my belay loop. And I'm going underneath so that it's not going in over the top and getting mixed in with my quick draw kit. Now I'm pulling up enough slack, so about a metre, maybe a metre and a half. I'm now going to thread it through the first chain hole and the second chain hole, pulling it down. At this point, if I don't feel like I have enough slack to tie a double figure of 8, I can pull through a little bit more to play with. Now I'm going to make my double figure of 8, so that's one loop, thread over and thread through and pull it tight. Once I'm happy with that and the loop isn't too long, I'm going to clip it into my screw gate, make sure I've got it screwed up tightly. At this point, I'm now safely tied in to be able to untie the figure of 8 from my harness. Once I'm untied, I'm going to pull the tail end through. And now I'm safely into the belay system. What I'm now going to do before I unclip anything is to shout back down to Alex and say, take me in there, I'm safely in. He's got me in nice and tight, and now the tension is back on the rope. So what I'm going to do first is unclip the quick draw that's in on the rope, take it out of the bolt. I'm going to clip it to my harness. What I want to do, because I want to be tidy and not have the tail end of the rope all over the place, is just tie it off into an overhand and clip it in. And I'm not going to trip over it then. I can pull up. Alex has got me in nice and tight. Take the tension off this quick draw, unclip it from the bolt, take this onto my other side of the harness, and I'm ready to be lowered down. Okay. Method 2 that I'm going to show you is generally used when you don't have the space to thread the rope through on a big chain. So we're going to ignore that this part of the equipment is here, and we're just going to focus on the bolts here. And you can see that there's very little space to thread the rope through in the way that I showed you before. So this means that we are going to have to untie our figure of 8 in as safe a manner as possible and then thread through. I'm going to clip in again, and I'm going to clip the rope into the quick draw. Okay, take me there. And I'm going to clip in again into my belay loop. So it's the same setup initially as the first method, but this is where it gets different. So I'm going to grab my screw gate again and clip it into my belay loop. But what I'm going to do now is pull through about 2 meters of slack. So I've got enough to play with. I'm going to do a double figure of 8 again. And I'm going to clip this into my screw gate. I'm going to screw the screw gate up. Now how this works is that my belay now has me in tight on here, and I'm backed up directly in through my belay loop. If anything were to go wrong, I'm still clipped into this rope and backed up through this quick draw. Now I can safely untie, as I've got 2 points of safety. Untie. And I'm going to thread through these 2 bolt holes. So through 1, through 2. Pull through the slack. And I'm now going to re-tie in to my harness as I normally would. So I'm happy with that. That all looks good to me. Now I am safely in on this point. I can untie this double figure of 8 from my screw gate. And pull the rope back through and let my belayer know that I'm back on the rope. Okay, I'm back on the rope, take in tight. And get rid of that screw gate. And then unclip from the rope as before. What I might need to do is just find a hold on the rock to release the tension on the rope so I can take it out. That's 1. And then 2. Okay, I'm ready to lower off.